We are looking at a worksheet called mod. This is in our chapter, Math Functions. If you're going to the Formulas tab, checking out some of these different functions available in Excel, under Math Functions, Math and Trigonometry, you'll see a mod function. Here it is. The description is pretty clear. Returns the remainder after the number is divided by a divisor. If you think about that for a second, when we divide, aren't we looking for a question? The answer, we don't really care about what the remainder, do we? Well, in this case, we can. Imagine a scenario where we got some items. Let me zoom in a bit. Over here. Imagine a scenario where we got some of the items in the warehouse. We're going to be moving them to different warehouse. Each of these different items has a container. We got multiple containers in the back room. If we want to pick up, for example, 346 items, the container for this item hold 53 items each. We want to know if we pack all these 53 items in all these containers, these 346 items, how many will be left over? Items left over. So what does it mean? We are looking for a remainder, not question. So what we want to do is divide 346 by 53, and the answer is going to be whatever the answer is, but how many will be left over? 5, 6, whatever. So that is what we're going to look for. So equal mod in D2, equal mod. This is the number, this is the divisor. I press enter, 28. Now 28 items will be left over. If we have 53 boxes, we have several boxes here, and we can put 53 items in one box. Now, another question you might have. Okay, let me put a picture on this one. Let's say these are the items, these are in stock items, right? And I'm going to put some of these items. Let's say these are 346 of those. And I've got a container here, right? Let's say here is the container, right? Here we go. So we got different containers. So I'm putting in, let's say this is a lot of 53 items, I put it here. There's a lot of 53 items, I put it here. This is a lot of 53 items, I put it here. This is a lot of 53 items, I put it here. This is 53 items, I'll put it here. Now, how many items will be left behind? That's 28. Now, or you would rather say these are all 53 items, but let's say we got some of these items, right? Some of these items are left. Some of these items are left, not all of them. And these are 28 items that we see here. Now, of course, your first question would be, how many boxes do we need? So you also need the question, right? So equal 346 divided by 53. We got, you can say, okay, I need 6.5283018887 boxes, but that's not going to work, right? Yes or no? You can't have 6.52 boxes. So you can say, we need 7 boxes, right? So what are you doing actually right now? You're throwing away the decimal portion. And that's what we needed to use here. Trunk or integer, because it's a positive number, so we don't care. Press enter, we got 6. But 6 boxes won't solve the purpose because you need 1 extra box because you have some items left over. So we need 1 more item. So you can add 1 to it. Here we go. And in Excel, we type formula only once, and then we copy it. And we can see it happening here. So we use 7 boxes to put all these 346 items, and we can do it. Now, another use of this, perhaps specialized and not critical, but on the other hand, useful if you got a list particularly that is very wide, and on this occasion only, and I'm going to make this column list quite wide, just adding some random data out there, and here we go. So we got so many columns out there, right? I'm just doing it for this occasion only, and I've got so many rows as well, and here we go. This should be good. So I've got data over several columns that spread across several columns. And to understand the data, I need to scroll left and right. So very difficult to do it. Let's imagine this is a random data. Now, if you got a list that is particularly as wide, so much wide, and have many, many columns that you have to scroll left and right to read the data. And you could say, in order to understand it better, what if we could make every fifth row a different color, or every 10th row, or every fourth row a different color? It will become easier to isolate, or it will become easier to read the data. I will not lose sight. What are we tracking? Where are we, right? So we can make every fifth row different color, or fourth, or third, or second, or whatever, sixth, seventh, whatever number you can think of. So let's simplify and select the data that we want to use this. So I'm going to select this data. Make sure my active cell is in A1. So my active cell is selected in A1. So what we're going to use here is we're going to take the function, the mod function. So we will be using a mod function in order to, along with the conditional formatting, to get to this. So we are currently on A1, and we see that in the name box over here. So I'll be using a conditional formatting along with the mod function. So I go to the new rule here. Now think of this every highlighted cell. Now you see that. Now think of this as every highlighted cell that we have a row number. Row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a number out there, right? Now, if I take the number from the row number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if I divide 4 by 4, and the remainder is 0, right? So my remainder would be 0. So I want to say I'll use the mod function and say that, okay, take the row number from the row and divide this by 4. If the remainder is 0, you give me this color. Can we do it? The logic is clear, but how we do it? Use a formula to determine which cells to format. We click on here and we start to type equal mod, open the parentheses, and now we use the function row. Row A1 will drop the A and give me the number 1. It will give me A1, row A1. And you might have already guessed by the time now, there's a column function also, A1, which will give you the column number. But again, let's come back here. So mod, we are looking for the row number, and there's a function row A1. And because active cell is in A1, and we use this in our formula, we're going to be dividing that row number by 4. And if the remainder is 0, we're going to format it. What the format we want to use? Maybe a lighter color so we can see the text through it. How about this one? And I see OK. Click OK. And now you can see every fourth row is of a different color. Makes it easy to track down the data, know where you are. And you might say, okay, can we do it this on column as well? Yes, we can, but just select the data. Make sure your active cell is in A1. Go to conditional formatting, new rule, use a formula, equal mod. Instead of row, use column A1 and divide this by, maybe I want to make every sixth column a different row color. And if it is 0, change it to a different color. Maybe I want to use a different color this time, maybe lighter color this, and click OK. And every sixth column is a different color now. And you can see these are this is one set, this is second set, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. And you can change those numbers as well. This divisor is zero, you'll get a different color. So when the formula is true, mod, what we're looking for, whatever number you're dividing by, if the number is zero, you get the answer. You can put a format there. We can use any combination of number, font, border formats. You can use all these combinations. If you go to conditional formatting, manage rules, you'll have all these rules here. You can edit it, you can delete it, it'll go away. Edit it, maybe fifth row, sixth row, put six equal, apply, and here we go. So every sixth row. And you can also change it if the remainder is equal to 2, and you can divide it by 3 maybe. And if it is 2, you get an answer. So whenever remainder is coming 2, you're getting the answer. And you can do all kind of formatting here. Whatever the remainder is you want, you can use that one. So you can go into conditional formatting and manage rules. Remember, this is you're highlighting those cells. You're not making any changes in there. You're not doing any kind of a damage there. It is just a visual change that you're doing with the data. There is no uh, there is no damage to your data. You're not damaging anything out of this. Now, admittedly, that may not be most productivity tool as we saw here, but it's a valuable and earlier example of the mod function is to find out how many items are left over after packing. A valuable use of this is a very widely used mathematical function that we can think of.